What's up guys, this is my first video on YouTube here on this channel. So this channel will be dedicated towards horror movies in general. So yeah, I'll give the basic overview of what my channel will be. It'll be basically me reviewing horror movies for a start, new ones, maybe even old ones if people want me to anyway. Probably updated DVD collections. So this video will be just giving you a brief overlook on my horror DVDs which I have so far, and there'll be some film series that I've not have every film of. So if you want to comment down below saying why that is, I'll give you the feedback. So yeah, I'm going to give you a start on my channel and get on with it now. So I'll get my first, the probably most popular series in horror, which is the Halloween series. So yeah, obviously the first one I've got is the 25th anniversary edition of Halloween, the original film. Yeah, a really good film. Obviously, if you've not, whoever hasn't seen this and is a fan of horror, should get into it. It's a really good film. So it's basically about Michael Myers, a psychopathic killer who basically murdered his sister when he was, I think, 8 years old. And he breaks out of Haddonfield, I think it was an institute, and he basically tries to hunt down his sister, his younger sister, Laurie Strode. And yeah, it's a really good film. And this is the 25th anniversary edition. I actually got this from my stepdad, and it's a really good film. So yeah, this is the first film. Second film I've got here is of Halloween 2. The night he came, so more of a night when he came home. This is a DVD, obviously DVD edition of the original Halloween 2. Pretty good film. Basically, it continues from the same night, and yeah, pretty good film. And it's set in the hospital where she was taking Laurie Strode at the end of the first film. So yeah, good. Should pick that up. Next, it's not Season of the Witch. It's actually Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Again, a good film. This is based on Laurie Strode's niece, Jamie, and yeah, pretty good film as well. This was set completely different to the original 2 films, but yeah, this is after the third film. They decided to go back to the Michael Myers setup and release this film. It's a really good film, 4th film, and again, it's a really good film. If you've not seen it, you should really go and watch it. Good film. Obviously, the next one is Halloween 5. The Curse, I think it's the Curse, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Again, it continues from Halloween 4 of, I think it's about a couple of years, I think it's a year later. Jamie, Laurie Strode's daughter, basically continuing from the 4th film. This is set after the events of the 4th film, where Jamie's actually in a kind of home herself, and a really good film if you've not seen that one. Next film of the Halloween series is Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Not as good as the other previous films, but this is after Jamie's grew up a lot. She has her own child, and this is where Michael has to basically find the child and kill the child. And yeah, pretty good film. Not as good as the others, but another definite watch in the series. It's not H2O for the next one, it's actually the one after that, which is Resurrection. I want to get H2O, and it's the only one I need out of the Michael Myers anyway. And yeah, this one, I think this is back in 2002, so yeah, it's an okay film. This one's based around, there's this bunch of people that go into the Myers home, which is rigged with cameras for a web show, which basically goes into the in-depth of Michael Myers' home. And basically Michael Myers is there killing off all the people in the house. And it is a cool concept, but it's pretty lacking by the horror aspect. It really has more humour in this film due to Busta Rhymes' appearance in the film. And yeah, and Tyra Banks as well. Yeah, so it's an okay film, but it's taking it forward to a more modern type of horror film, adding more humour along with horror elements to it. And then the next two are of Rob Zombie remakes. First we have Halloween Uncut. This is obviously the uncut version, which is a lot better than the cinematic version. Yeah, Rob Zombie's first take on a film, a Halloween film. It's okay. It's pretty decent. It's a pretty decent take on the film, actually. I really enjoyed it when I first watched it. I really like the in-depth of the killings at the start of the film with Michael, especially with the throat slash of the stepdad and the murder of his girlfriend's boyfriend. His sister's boyfriend. With the baseball bat, which was really cool, and a really good film. Yeah, really check this out as well. This is about Laurie Strode. Again, it's basically just taking it from the original film and making it a more modern type of film, as obviously the actors use modern types of equipment and technology these days, obviously, since it's a new film. So yeah, again, really good remake, and if you've not seen it, I doubt anyone that's not seen the original film hasn't seen this one. It's a really good film. You should pick it up. The second remake is Halloween 2, obviously, Families Forever, but this one is not a remake of the second film, to be honest. This is taken after the events of the first remake. It's taken up, I don't know, I think it's about a year again later. This time Laurie has actually went under rehab therapy to get over the events of the killing of her friends and the trauma she went through, and he comes back to get her. And obviously at this point in time, Samuel Loomis has been attacked by the abuse that he has created, the monster of Michael, who has killed off many daughters and sons of the parents. And this film is merely based around Michael's visions of his mother, telling her that it's like kind of like Jason, the Friday the 13th films. It's kind of like that kind of style, but yeah, and it's an okay film, but nothing compared to the original second film. So yeah, that was the Halloween collection anyway. Second, as I just mentioned, Friday the 13th. I've actually got the Friday the 13th box set, which has all 8 of the original films of the Friday the 13th box set and series. It's an okay packaging. It's just the box with the back on there, and it's in the slip cases, the small cases. So yeah, you get your first 2 films, which is obviously Friday the 13th, and the second part. Out of these 2 films, I don't know, I prefer the first film, obviously, since it's the first, it's the original. Obviously it's not Jason yet, but yeah, it's a really good film. The second one's okay. It takes on a different role. Well, it's actually the same role for all the films, really, but different in a kind of way. So, yeah, The New Beginning is the next film, along with Jason Lives. A New Beginning, I can't really recall this one. I haven't really watched them over and over again. I've only really watched them once when I first got the box set. But yeah, that's those 2 films. New Blood and Jason Takes Manhattan. They're okay. I can remember Jason Takes Manhattan. That's a good one. I've actually missed a part. Actually, must have got muddled up with my collection, but I've actually missed out part 3 and the final chapter. I missed out those, so they should have came after, obviously, part 1 and 2. So I have to put them in order now. So yeah, part 3 obviously is in 3D. They went for the 3D kind of aspect in that film. Yeah, it's pretty cool kind of concept to the film. Pretty good, and yeah, you should pick that up. I got that cheap actually. It was only about £15, I think, when I bought that. It's pretty decent. I always wanted to get those films, and really good. You should check it out. Well, if you've not seen them, I don't know how you've not seen them, but they're good. Next film, Jason X. This is completely different. It takes it from when Jason, this group of, I don't know, I think it's, I can't remember which, I've not seen this in a while either, but a group find this, they go back into, they're obviously from the future, and they find this cryogenically frozen room or facility, and they find these 2 people, obviously Jason and this other woman, and they take them back to their spacecraft ship, and they heal them again. Obviously, in the process of healing the woman, they obviously have to heal Jason, which they turn him from the decayed Jason into a monster machine of Jason, which is a super Jason. And yeah, it's a really cool take on the series. Not the original series, but they adapted it from that. And yeah, a really good film. Obviously a futuristic film, difference to the Jason Friday the 13th kind of style. So yeah, pretty good film. Next, another famous series in horror, and it's the Nightmare on Elm Street. So yeah, the first film, Nightmare on Elm Street, or A Nightmare on Elm Street. The first film is a really good film. This is the remastered version, which has bonus features like the trailers and the commentary, and the original version. Yeah, obviously this is the first film. This is based around, I think it's a group of four teenagers. I think 5. No, yeah, it's 4 teenagers. Obviously Nancy, Tina, Rod, and Glenn. They're the 4 main teenagers in this film. And obviously it's Freddy, the first time we see Freddy. So yeah, basically after the first kill of Tina, Rod gets blamed for the murder of her, but many people don't believe that Nancy actually knows that Rod's telling the truth, that they've all had the same nightmare of this one guy, Freddy Krueger. And yeah, it's a really good start to a series, and obviously if you've seen it, I don't want to give it away, but you've obviously seen it. that, yeah, it's a really good film and a really good take to the series. I like it. It's a really good first film for any series. Next is a second film, and it's Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. Yeah, this is a different kind of set of characters from the first film. This is the second character. I can't remember his name. I think it's Jesse. Jesse is a new kid that's moved into the house of where Nancy used to live, obviously, and yeah, he's moved in with his family, and he starts getting nightmares of Freddy Krueger, and yeah, he basically wakes up during the night, and he goes down to the cellar, and basically there's a part in the film where Freddy basically says that he's got the body but Freddy's got the brain. So basically Freddy grows inside of Jesse, and Jesse basically is the holder of Freddy, and he brings him out from a nightmare into real life, which is it basically contradicts the nightmare aspect, but it's a pretty cool take onto the film. And yeah, it basically brings Freddy out into the real life, so everyone can see him, not just in nightmares. And a really good film. Next is Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. Again, a good film. This is set in it's a home for obviously mentally challenged, not psychopathic, but basically trying to help those that have been affected by the nightmares. Yeah, really good take. This brings back the character of Nancy into the film, and it follows I think a group of 5 teenagers. Again, takes a look towards the teenagers, and they basically get killed off during this film by they all come together and they go into their nightmares and try and fight Freddy off in their dreams, but obviously he kills them off one by one. And yeah, a really good film. This is probably my favourite film out of the whole series. I always liked this film since I first bought it. I watched this and I really was influenced by the film. I really liked it. It drew my attention a lot, and it's a really good film. Next one is I think we're on Street 4, The Dream Master. This one takes it continues with 3 of the original characters from the third film. But yeah, and it adds in more characters again, a fresher feel to the story. Again, a good film. Obviously, it takes it on a new character. Can't remember her name. I'll probably put it up in a annotation somewhere. But yeah, it takes a look at her, and she basically is the new Nancy, if you will, and takes on the role, and basically is pulled in to the nightmares, and she defeats Freddy at the end. And it's a really good film. Again, it's a really good take on the series. I think this is the most popular film, most gross, received the most highest gross in the film of the series in the cinema at the time when it first was released, which is really cool. Good film. I've still got a lot more films to show you, but I'll not go into much detail with every film. I tried to with the main films, but probably for the next few, I'll try and just speed up a bit. So, number 5, The Dream Child. This is where the main character, as I've put up in the annotation, she basically has a child near the end. Well, I think it's a child. I can't remember. I've not watched this in a while. This one. I think it's actually the mother had Freddy, obviously, and yeah, I think the main character had a child named Jacob, I think it was, and yeah, basically he's the one that can defeat Freddy, and this is a really good film as well. It's a really dark, chilly atmosphere for the whole film, but there's little aspects that are pretty weird, like there's a comic book scene with a guy that is into comics a lot, and he basically goes into the comic book world and he gets killed by getting sliced like paper, and that's pretty weird, kind of nightmare to die from. But again, a really good film in the series. And one this was actually the highest grossing of both two of the best films of the genre, of the Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. It was Freddy versus Jason. This film, it's a really good film. I like it. I can't remember, but I seen it before this film was released. They actually had a boxing type pre-weigh-in, which was pretty funny, having both the characters from the film being at a weigh-in, and yeah, they started a little brawl and stuff. They actually hyped this film up, as it's obviously the two biggest films in the horror history coming together, and in the one film, which is pretty mind-blowing, to be honest, to have the two in the same film. I don't think that they'll ever have a horror film like this again, bringing in two of the characters from the best films. A really good film, a really cool take on both the series as a whole, and yeah, a really good modern film. This is from back in 2004, I think, 2002, either one of them. Really good film, and you should check it out if you've not seen it. So, next, this is a long video. This one is Alien, the Blu-ray box set of the anthology of Alien. It's got the first 4 films in it. Alien, obviously, Alien 1, Alien 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Really good pack. I got this this was about £20 when I bought it, Blu-ray, which is really good Blu-ray, the best quality, obviously. Really good film box set. I really wanted this when I seen it. The original, just the normal DVDs was actually cheap. Was actually dearer. That was £30. This was £20, which was a Blu-ray, which is really good. That's a steal for a Blu-ray box set, to be honest. Really good. You should all know about the concept about the Alien films. Don't want to go into it as much. Just want to get this video shown to you guys. So really good box set. So yeah, next series. I'm not going to them all, but it's Child's Play. Get the first Child's Play here. Obviously, a doll that's possessed by a serial killer named Charles Lee Ray possesses a doll which a kid named Tommy, I think his name is, has bought. Well, his mother bought it for him for his birthday. He got it, and he was possessed. Well, Charles Lee Ray, Chucky, his name is in this film, tries to get his soul into the body of the child, which is Tommy. And yeah, a really good series starter, and it really, the first time I watched this, I was like, this is crazy for a doll to be swearing and trying to stab and kill many people as a kid to get to this kid. Really good film, and you should check out the series as a whole. It's really good. Next one, Child's Play 2. This is taken on from the first film. It's the same child actor as the first film. Really good. And this is when he goes to a new family. Yeah, I think he goes to a new family, which obviously Chucky follows him. And yeah, I think and yeah, at the end, obviously I'm not going to tell you, but yeah, it's the same kind of concept. He just tries to possess the child, Tommy, and he just, yeah, it's basically the same story. gets him, tries to get him, and you know it's at the end. So yeah, good film as a whole. So yeah, and the third one is Bride of Chucky. This is different to the original films. This is a different take on the film. It's nothing to do with the character Tommy anymore. This is just basically Charles Lee. Well, the Chucky has actually been obviously changed. You can see there he's been scarred, and the other doll, which is his bride, Tiff, I think her name is. Yeah, Tiffany. She's obviously the girl. She used to be the girlfriend of Charles Lee Ray before he died, and he basically, he comes. I think she takes him. She knows where he is. She brings him to her house, and basically he kills her, puts her into a new doll, which is there, and they both come together to basically bring their souls into the bodies of another two characters. And yeah, it's a really good take on the film series, and it's really cool. I don't know, this is probably my favourite of the films. It is pretty it is pretty weird how two dolls know, and yeah, really good film, Bride of Chucky. So, yeah. Next film series I've got here is Scream. Good film series. This is probably my favourite. Well, growing up, this is my favourite horror series. I really was intrigued by the series. Obviously, we all know the concept of these films. It's of a serial killer that started the killings a year after the death of the main character's mother, Sidney Prescott. Her mother was brutally killed, and a character named Cotton Weary was framed for the murder of her mother. And that's what the basic story is. They believe he was the killer, but these killings are happening around, I think, Woodsboro. Yeah, Woodsboro, that was it. Woodsboro, and they need to track down the killer. And yeah, the story goes. That's the first film. The second film, Sidney Prescott has grown up. She's in college now. And the killings happen around the college campus, and again she's wondering, well, if I killed those two, well, if you've seen the film in the first one, killed the killer back in that film, who's killing these people now? There must be a copycat killer. So that's what the basic story is for the second film. There's a copycat killer. The third film, it's a bit later after the events of the second film, and Sydney is revisited by the killer again, but again she's wondering who could be doing this, and it turns out there's another killer, but this time there's a twist at the end where the killer on this film is actually the one who started it all at the start, who actually planned it all, and the other killers were just accomplices with the killing of her mother. And yeah, it's a really good film series. For the first three films in that box set. I got this as a Christmas present. Pretty good. It is a good film series. It is one of the modern types of films, and really good. And obviously the fourth film, Scream 4, a new modern take to the series. This is set 10 years after the events of, I don't know. Well, it's 10 years after the last film, I think. I think it was 10 years. Yeah, 10 years. A decade later. I think it's like new decade, new rules. That's why. So yeah, this is set in 10 years after the events. And Sydney comes back to Woodsboro, where the events happen again. As they all know, it's a big event that she's coming back after the killings. And yeah, a new killer is taking the reins and starts a mass spree again, and it's a really good modern take to it. Obviously the humour in it, pretty good actors as well. Hayden Panettiere is in this one, obviously bringing back the characters obviously from the third film, and yeah, a really good take on it, modern take to the film series. Many people think this is a bit cheesy, but no, I think the hype for it coming out was really good. I really enjoyed hearing about the film. I really wanted to see it firsthand, and it was a really good film to watch. Really good. Next films we have are Hellraiser. Hellraiser 3, really good film. I don't want to go much detail into these, but we all know it's about, obviously, I'm a guy that, well, not a guy, but a demon sent from hell, from this puzzle box, and he comes with these torturous stuff, and obviously kills people with them. Really good film, really good series. And the next film we have is Bloodline. Again, this shows at the start of the film the events of how the box was actually created, and it takes the toll on the main character, which was the maker of the box. Well, I think it was his ancestor who made the box, but he carried on the family name of the architecture of the box. Really good film in the series as well. I don't have the other series, so some of the rest of the films from the series. Another good film box set, which is not as well known as others, but this is Wishmaster. Really good films. This is about a demon again who's been his soul's possessed in a stone. Really good film series. Wishmaster by Wes Craven as well. Really good film. It's basically about a demon who preys on the wishes of many people by killing whatever they say. He takes it into a torturous murder kind of aspect, and he kills off these people with their wishes, and he takes their soul in return of the wish. Really good box set. I got this for a Christmas present one year. This is actually a while ago. I got this. I wasn't even that old when I got this. I think I just turned a teenager at the time I got this. A really good box set. It was actually really surprising how good this was when I first watched them. Really good gore, but not as well known as the other Wes Craven series like Nightmare on Elm Street and Scream as much. Next we have Hostel. Again, this film is based around a group of guys. The first film anyway, it's about a group of guys that go to Czechoslovakia, I think it was, or Slovakia, sorry. Yeah, and they go and they basically go and they meet up with these girls, and they are a part of a club that basically pay people to kill tourists. And yeah, a really good film. It's really based on the horror, gore, shock factor on these three films. I don't want to go much detail into these, but it's basically the same concept for the three films. It's about a group of people that are basically targeted by this clan. I can't remember the name of the clan. I'll probably put it up somewhere here. Yeah, they're targeted by this clan, and they're tortured for pay. Basically, they've been paid. These people are paid off these people to torture them and kill them for money. It's a really good film series. Yeah, I think it was Eli. I can't remember the guy who created it, or wrote it or directed it. But I'll probably put it here. I'm going to put a lot of annotations in this video to try and describe it for you guys if I'm making any mistakes or anything. I'll put it right here or here, of the director of this film. Really good film series. You should watch them. Next films. This is the last two bundles, so a really long video this is, nearly nearly an hour, well, nearly 35 minutes of me talking. So yeah, okay, these are just going to be This is the last box set I've got here. It's not any film, but it's a well-known TV series, and it's The Walking Dead, seasons 1 and 2. I do need to get season 3. I know that's obviously out on DVD now. Yeah, season 1 and 2, really good series. If you've not, well, at this point in time, if you're watching this video, everyone's seen The Walking Dead. If you're into zombies and horror and stuff, really good series. The first 2 seasons, probably the best. The third one and the fourth one are really edging towards less gore, less zombies, and more down a storyline of, friendship and getting together, and basically trying just to survive. Obviously, for the whole film, it's been that. For the whole series, it's been that way. But yeah, obviously, it's the series. It's really good series. The Walking Dead, probably the best thing on TV right now. The Walking Dead. Should really pick these up. Box set. Now you can get 1 to 3 on box set. So yeah. Next film is, this is a film now. It's the Film 2000 Shock Collection, horror collection of Mr. Ice Cream Man. This film is really good. I'm gonna sneeze. I don't want to sneeze. Okay, I'm not gonna sneeze. Right. A really good film series. Well, not a series, but a good film. Obviously about this deranged ice cream man that preys on lurks on the people that basically talk down to him and take the basic mick out of him. Really good film. It's not it's not well known, but this one, there's 2 versions to this film actually. There's one with, I can't remember the actor's name. Again, I'll put it up here. There's that one with him, and there's another one with this actor. Another actor, and this one I think is better. This one is more you can tell this was a low budget film. The camera work on it's really different, but yeah, it is a good film, and it is pretty dark and really I don't know, humorous, but more basic budgeted film. Really good. Next film is Dawn of the Dead, the remake, 2002 remake, I think. Really good film. Again, if you like zombies, you're gonna like this film. It's really good. Not much to say about this really. It's basically just zombies, blood, gore, and even a wretched spawn of a baby. Yeah. Oh, I've been talking for a while, and my throat is getting sore. So yeah. Next film is Paranormal Activity 2. This is the second of the series, obviously. Really good film by the creators of Paranormal Activity 2. This one's based on a family. I think it's the sister of the actress of the first film, or witness of the first film, victim, Katie. This is her sister and her family, and again it takes the basic story and plot of a demon or ghost in the house of this family, and it basically is a kind of found footage film, recorded, not hidden camera, but camera film. And yeah, really good film. If you've not seen the series, well, I don't want to say a really good film overall. I want to say the series overall is really good. The first 3 films. The next film, I've not seen the 4th film yet. Sorry, not 4. Is it 4? I think it's 4. I've not seen the 4th film yet. Or the 5th film. I really don't know. Is it I think it's the 5th. Yeah, it's the 5th film. Which is, I can't remember. Put it up here again. 5th film. not seen that one yet. I know they're making a Paranormal Activity 5, which is not the same as the other adaptation from the film series, but they're making it as a whole as a series of the first 3 films. Really good, and yeah, you should watch the full series. Next film is a film called Cherry Falls. A really good film. It's like a slasher again. It's like a teenage slasher. Humor. It's got more humor in it, this one. It's like a mix of American Pie and Scream. It's like that kind of film, because the main killer is like a cross-dresser, and yeah, it's like Scream, obviously on teenagers, and a really good film overall. It's got the actress on it, I can't remember her name, Brittany Murphy, that was it. Obviously the late Brittany Murphy, but yeah, a really good film, and you should really check that out. Okay, last 2 films I've got here. These are going to be this is going to be contrasting in films. We've got Predator first. Really, obviously, Arnold Schwarzenegger, really good film, the original Predator film. The first of the series, really good film. I haven't got the second one on DVD, but I've seen it. Really good film. Obviously, it's more focused around Arnold Schwarzenegger finding the Predator for a start. Yeah, really good film. And on a humorous note, for the last DVD I've got here, and for a 40-minute video of me talking about my DVD collection, my throat is killing me, but here we go. It's the last film. It's called Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. This film is a basically horror / comedy film. I put it in my collection of horror because it is a really good film. It's of 2 hillbillies that are basically accused of murdering these people, but they're not murdering them deliberately. They're actually accidentally being murdered, but they're getting the blame for it. And really good film. The actress in it, she ends up going into the house and she realizes that they're not going to kill her. I think there's a part in the film where she hit her head off a rock. They took her back to their cabin, and they basically protected her. They helped her out, and yet the other group of people that were with her think they're kidnapping her, and they end up killing themselves, literally one by one, accidentally. A really funny film. When I picked this up, I actually just seen it. I was like, is this going to be a good film? I don't know. I heard my stepdad talk about it. He said he's seen it. He really liked it. He thought it was funny, so I decided just to give it a try, and I actually really enjoyed it. It was funny, and yeah, a good end to the DVD collection, as I say. So that is my DVD collection. As you've seen, I've been talking for a long time. No editing. I'm not going to edit anything out here. So 40 odd minutes talking about my DVD collection is a long time. I've just tried to give you a basic overview of my DVD collection, and really giving you a taste of what my channel will bring. I'll try and do some movie reviews on any new horror films that come out in the next, in the coming future. But until then, I'll probably just do some reviews, in-depth reviews on some good horror films of my DVD collection, which I've got here. So yeah, if you've watched this, thanks for watching my video collection, my DVD collection, if you will, of my horror genre, and this channel will be dedicated towards horror. So if there's anything in the making, even of horror, anything new, I will post it up on here, and I will give you more in-depth and even more updates on my DVD collection. So thanks for watching, and see you later.